Hello, everyone. Welcome to Here's the Story, episode 25. I'm Amy Storrie with Stamp with Joy, and I'm so glad you're joining me today on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. At least it's beautiful here in Texas. It's hot, but beautiful. So I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to hop on. Hopefully you'll see me going live here. And I'm going to watch for comments over here. Give me a shout out if you're here so I know you're watching. Gosh, I've got a frog in my throat. It never fails. The minute I start talking on here, I get a cough, frog in my throat. Excuse me while I take a drink of water. Oh, I need to turn on my little light over here. Yeah, so yesterday I did not do my live on Wednesday as normal yesterday because I was at the Dallas Zoo. Hello, Susan. Hello, Jennifer. Glad y'all are watching. Yeah, so yesterday we went to the zoo. We took my brother to the zoo, which was a very belated birthday present. It was what we gave him for his birthday back in April, but we just haven't been able to find time to go. So, of course, we pick the hottest time of the year to go out to the zoo. It was 105. I don't know. It's been like around 105 for weeks now, it feels like. It wasn't that bad, though. I mean, it was hot, but we stayed in the shade mostly, and it was lots of fun. So my daughter, Shelby, works at the Dallas Zoo, and so she was able to get like some special encounters behind the scenes and up close with animals and get to feed them and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun. We had a good day. But anyway, so that's why I'm a day late this week, but I still wanted to do my episode of Here's the Story because I've got a really fun card to show y'all today to teach you how to make. But before we do that, hi Socorro. Thanks for joining. Hi Charlotte, all the way from Maryland, joining me. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I can't chat and keep my train of thought at the same time. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that trouble. Hi, Catherine. Catherine, I'm so glad you're going on the cruise. It's getting so close. I can't wait. And I'll get to meet you in person, which will be really fun. So, yeah, like I said, train of thought. I can't chat and talk at the same time. So I just wanted to remind, before we start stamping, I just wanted to remind you all of what's going on this month. So during the month of August, all of the kits, the Stampin' Up's kit collection is on sale, up to 30% off on all of the kits. So that's a great deal. I think that's the only special going on this month, unless I've already forgotten. But anyway, I don't know. If you're a demonstrator, which I know a few of you are, we get to pre-order from the mini catalog, which the September through December mini catalog, which will go live to everybody September 6th, I think is the date. I don't know why it's not like the first of the month. It kind of bugs me because I can't ever remember the dates when it's not the first, but I think it's the 6th. Anyway, but I'm going to use some of those products today on the card because I wanted to play with them, and I'll give you a little sneak peek. But yeah, like I said, if you're a demonstrator, we get to pre-order from a catalog the month before it goes live. So that's one of the perks besides getting your stuff at a discount. And you know what? Anybody who signs up during August, if you were to join my team during August in your starter kit, you can put, you can select things from the mini catalog to go in your starter kit. So that's a way you can get to order it early too. Just FYI. Hey Deborah, good to see you on here. Glad you're here. So yeah, the card I'm going to show you today, I've seen several different names for it, but I'm calling it the Gatefold double pop-up card. So that's what I'm going to show you. Hey Jan, yay, you're actually on here live. I love it. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera. I'm going to switch to my desk cam here so I can show you what we're going to do. Okay, So this is the sneak peek of the bundle I'm going to use for this. So now this is coming out in the new September through December mini catalog. Like I said, if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order now. If you're not a demonstrator and you want to be one and join my team, you can add these things to your starter kit. So just let me know if you want more information about that. So this is the Beary Cute bundle, which is part of the Beary Christmas Suite in the catalog. So the suite includes several things. One of them is this bundle. It's got a coordinating punch, so it cuts out this bear right here. The rest of it, there's not anything to cut these things out. So I'm going to do some fussy cutting on some of the other parts I'm going to use on the card. But this one you can punch. And it also punches out of, well, let me show you the designer paper. That's another part of the suite, is this designer series paper. Let me see if I can get all the patterns showing. So this is, wait, there's one back here. So this is a one side of them. I really, really love this paper. Look, this one right here, I'm not using this one today. I'm using one similar, but this is my favorite one, I think. But the punch also punches the bears, some of them out of here, the ones that are going this way. And then there's another paper it punches bears out of too, that's in the mini catalog. And then here's the other side of the paper. I'm using these two today together. And then there's, I don't know if you can see all this very well. Yeah. And then these trees. Anyway, lots of fun patterns. It feels like the light is a little bright, isn't it? Hopefully you can see it good enough. All right, let me set that back here because I don't need that anymore. Oh, and the other thing is these adhesive backed glitter sequins is part of that suite. You know what? These are so great. When I used them for the first time, for one thing, they give a lot of dimension to your project because they're shimmery, they're glittery, but they're very, very flat. They're not raised at all. They're like flat sequins that are glitter. So it doesn't add a lot of weight or thickness to your card, which is nice. All right, I'm going to use those. I'm going to set those aside. I need the punch. I'm trying to move stuff out of the way. All right, I'm going to go ahead and show you the card, and then I'm going to show you how to make it. Oh, and spoiler alert, if you are part of my team, I'm going to do a different version of this card, is going to be our Stamp Together project. So we're going to get to do this pop-up card. So you get a little spoiler and you'll have a little head start on figuring out what products you want to use to make your version of it. But anyway, so this is the front of it. It's got a belly band. Slide your belly band off. And then when you open it, ta-da! Double pop-up. See, so it looks like that. It can stand up, which is nice too. So isn't that fun? Somebody had given my mother-in-law a card. Hers opened actually this way. They went this way, but I did it this way. And I grabbed that card from her and I've kept it on my desk for months. And I thought, I'm gonna try to make one of those cards. So, and when you look it up, I mean, there's people that have done lots of versions of them. But anyway, so this is what we're going to make, and it's really not very hard. Sometimes when I see stuff like that, I'm like, nope, too much trouble, I'm not doing it. But this is not really too much trouble. If I'm doing it, then it must not be that much trouble. Okay. Of course, I know that's all relative. Everybody's different in what they think is a lot of trouble. I don't think it's very much trouble. All right, so you're going to start with, everything's getting crooked here. You're going to start with a half a sheet, just like usual, of whatever color cardstock you're using. This is Balmy Blue, and so it's 5.5 by 8.5 inches. The difference is you're not going to score it in the middle because it's a gatefold, so you're just going to score it at 2 1/8 inches from each end. So do 2 1/8 on that side, 2 1/8 on this side. All right, so that's that part. And while I have my scoring out, I want to score. There's two other pieces we need to score. And that is, you're going to need two pieces that are 1 by 5 1/4 inches long. And these you're going to score at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 4 1/4. Okay, so you do both of those that way. These are the mechanisms for the inside. Again, it's 5 1/4 by 1. You score it at 1, 2, and 4 1/4. All right, that's all we need this for. I'm going to set that aside. All right, so let's go ahead and work on the front for a minute. You're going to burnish your folds nice with your bone folder. And then you'll need 2 pieces of Designer Series paper that is 2 by 5 3/8. Sorry, because this is 5 1/2, and I just want 1/8 of an inch smaller, so it's 2, and this panels are 2 1/8. So 2 by 5 3/8 is the size you want these. Get my adhesive going there. So these are just going to stick right here on the front. Okay. And earlier when I was talking about my team, they'll be getting to make this on Monday night. We have a monthly, when you're on part of my team, we have a monthly Zoom gathering. It's always the second Monday of the month, and I do it with my upline and her upline, Jan, who's on here. I don't know if you're still on here, but the 3 of us do it together. So we plan it and we do different parts of it. We've been doing it for a few years now. And anyway, it's lots of fun. We have demonstrations, recognitions, and then we always end with a project that we stamp together. So we give you all the measurements ahead of time, and you cut all your stuff, and then we make it together. And everybody's is different, so it's always really fun. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do the inside now. So here's our little mechanisms. So you've got your little 1 inch section, and then there's a 1 inch and a 1 inch, and then the wider one here. Well, the 1 inch section that's by itself, you're going to start by putting adhesive on that, and it is going to go, I have to think about it every time. So it's going to go, hold on, I'm going to look at my sample. Yeah, that's right. And then this will go like that. Yep. It's going to go about, and I'm doing probably about 3/4 of an inch above the bottom to an inch, somewhere in there, about 3/4. And you want it to go right up next to that fold line like that. And it's going to stick down like that. And then I'm going to make sure I'm doing this right. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm not doing this right. I just made, oh yeah, I am. Okay, that's right. I'm doing it right. What do you know? I mean, I just made this card a little while ago. So you'd think I would remember, right? So then you're going to fold it right there in that wider section, and then put adhesive on this little square like that, and keep it folded, and then just close it and stick it like that. So there you have that mechanism right there, and we're going to do the same thing on the top. So first put adhesive on the one little square that's by itself, and it is going to go about 3/4 or so inches from the top, like that, and just close it. Make sure it's stuck down good. And then this little section here, and I'm folding it. There's a section here, a section here. I'm folding it at the end of the wider section, and then I'm going to close it with that folded, and that's going to stick. So that's how you get those two things. Very easy. When you can remember how to do it, it's very easy. And then we're going to make we've got 2 squares. These are 2 1/4 inch squares. The DSP is 2-inch squares. And we're just gonna stick that down right here. Okay. Jan likes spoilers. I don't like spoilers. Isn't that funny? I think Leslie's the same as you, Jan. She doesn't like surprises. I love surprises, so I'd be like, no, don't show me what we're going to make. But I am, because you know what? This was something I already had figured out for the, I should tell you what I'm doing. Figured out for the meeting, and it was one less thing to have to do, although I did plan a whole different card, because I decided to do a different one. I wanted to use new stuff. I feel like the color is just not great on my screen today. I don't know why. Maybe if I move, let me see what happens if I move this light, if that helps any. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so now this wide section is where you want adhesive. So put some adhesive down, and then you want your square to go all the way to the end of this one, and about, I'm just going to do it about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom of the card, because I want to make sure I've got space in between them there. So then when you open it, this will be just right next to the side. So adhesive in the wide section, and it helps me to turn it this way so I can see how close to the top I'm doing it. About 1/8 of an inch from the top all the way to the end of that. And there, yeah, so that's works, and it closes. Okay. Now we've got to do some stamping and cutting and such. Settle this. I've got several parts I'm going to stamp. Okay. We got some bears. Let me get all my ink pads here. I don't need this. I just get too much clutter going here, and I don't like it. Let's see here. All right. We're going to stamp the bears in Night of Navy ink. This is the one, this is the only one that can be punched. All right, so I know, what do y'all think? Do you like sets that have punches better, like a bundle that has a punch? Oh, my nails do match my card. What do you know? Here's my question. Do you like bundles that come with a punch better or with dies? I'm kind of torn because I love a punch. A punch is so quick and easy to use. You don't have to like get your die cutting machine out, whatever. But the thing that bugs me is it's just one thing. So it just punches this bear, whereas if this were a die set, it would probably have dies that match each of the bears, the tree, all of this stuff I'm going to fussy cut would probably have dies. So I think dies wins in my opinion. But they're both good. Charlotte says dies. All right, so there's 2 of them, and these 2 guys are going to have, wait, well, I'll have the navy out. Let me, that's all right. I'll do that in a minute. Sorry, y'all. You know what? I talk to myself while I stamp. Like, whether you're here or not, I'm talking to myself all the time. Thanks, y'all. I'm glad you like my nails. It's baby month. Second grandchild coming any day now, pretty much. Definitely by the end of the month. And so when I got my nails done, I'm like, I need some blue in honor of my new little grandson that's coming. Okay, I am stamping the little scarf in real red. I decided I needed a pop of red in this card, and they're both going to have red scarves because I like the red scarf. All right, so there's that. Done with that one. What else do I need to stamp? I need to stamp a little bear. He's going to be on the front. Look how cute he is. Okay, I got both of these bears done. I need to stamp a tree. I'm done with the red. Don't need that anymore. Oh, no, I'm not done with the red. I lied. I need a package. A little package. That's in red. And I need the tree. I'll do it on here. And it's got 2 parts to it. It's a 2-step stamp. So I'm doing Mossy Meadow. I'm doing the 2 greens that are in the Designer Series paper, even though there's no green in the ones I'm using. But that kind of helps me decide what looks good with it sometimes, is what they use in the paper. So I'm doing Mossy Meadow for the outline, and then I'm going to do Old Olive for the inside. So there we go. There's the tree. All right, let's put these greens away. Done with that. Oh, I need to color. I wanted this package to have a little more color to it, so I'm just coloring every other stripe with this is the dark Real Red Stampin' Blend. So there. That's all I'm doing on that. Okay. Before I put, I'm going to cut these out here in a second. Before I put this Night of Navy ink away, I'm going to stamp the sentiment, the Merry Christmas, on the inside. And I want it to be in the middle, so I'm just going to hold that down and stamp it right here. Ta-da! Okay. Jennifer says she's loving the bundles that come in the punch. I do love, I do too. Yeah. Because they are easy. I just want like a punch for every one of these things. But I'm glad there's one for this one. And he cuts, you can cut the bears out of the DSP, which is fun too. Alright, so this guy, all I have to do is punch him. Boom, done. That's why the punches are awesome. But the rest of them, I've got to fussy cut. Where are my scissors? I know I brought them over here. It won't take me that long. So, here's my next poll for you all. Fussy cutting. Love it? Hate it? You don't really mind either way. Like, you don't love it or hate it. What are your feelings about fussy cutting? Mine is, I don't mind it. It's kind of therapeutic to sit and cut a bunch of stuff out. Susan hates it. Charlotte loves it. See, I told you, people have a hate it from Jennifer. People have a love-hate. They either love it or they hate it most of the time. I kind of like it. I mean, look, it's not hard. And I know I've said this many times before on here, but the key to good fussy cutting is leave a teeny tiny border around it. Don't like try to cut right on the line. And the other thing is move your paper, not your scissors. So instead of moving your scissors all around, you're keeping them pretty much the same way, like sticking out straight in front of you, but you're moving the paper and you get nice, smooth, easy cuts that way. Especially when you're going around corners. You'll get it much smoother than if you try to move the scissors in a round way. It's hard to do that. See? Not hard. Pretty quick. 2 more quick little things. Well, I mean, and you know, you could just stamp these things flat, but I can hardly stand to leave things flat, as you know, I'm sure. Let's see what other people are saying. I talk my way through oh, good. About talking out loud? Yeah, me too. I seriously talk to myself about what I like. This doesn't look good. Oh, I know what I should do. I'll say that a lot of times. Diane says, fussy cutting is a necessary evil. So you don't like it is what you're saying, right? Okay, one more. I could have these done ahead of time, but you know, I want to show you the whole process of this card. And even with all this fussy cutting, it's not taking me that long. Now, if this was something, of course, you know what, a fancy pop-up is probably not something you're going to mass create. You could, if you really want to, it would be cool. But you could choose easier way to do this than mass creating. But look, it didn't take me that long. And if I do sometimes mass create something with a lot of fussy cutting, like for a swap or something, I just sit in front of the TV, cut while I'm watching TV. It's no big deal. Let's see, Jennifer's question. Have they said when the truck punch will... Jennifer, it is on the inventory status report. I know you're a demonstrator, so you have access to that. If you go, click on ordering, and then look down, there's inventory status, and they put dates. I believe the last date I saw was October or something, 10th maybe. And it updates if they find it's going to be in sooner, or suddenly it just comes in sooner. But yeah, the expected dates are on that inventory status report, which is nice to be able to check. Okay, so all of this is going to be popped up, which is one reason why I wanted to cut it all out. So this guy is going to be down here. This one is going to be up at the top. Oh, hey, Rhonda. I see you jumped on. Glad to see ya. Okay, and then this guy's going right there. Okay, so there's our inside. Oh, wait. No, we need embellishments inside before we close that up. So I'm going to use some of these new, whatever they're called. I put the thing on adhesive backed glitter sequins. Yep. And I just want to do, like, I'm going to do a couple up here. And I'm using your take your pick tool, which I love. You kind of push with it to get them off of there. And this one, I think I'll just put up here. So there's the inside. Let's see, make sure y'all can see it good. And it's very fun how they pop up. All right, so now we need to get a belly band around here. So your belly band is 1 by 10 inches is what this is. I did not score it. There's really no need to score it. I'm just going to lay this down here and just kind of eyeball this, and you just want to fold in both ends around the card. You don't want it to be too tight because it's got to slide on and off. So do that, and then I'm just putting a little adhesive right here where it's going to close. And this is when you can make sure you're not, let it pop up a little bit so that it's not too tight, so that it'll slide. Yep, that's going to slide. Okay, so that's good. Doesn't matter about the seam because we're going to cover that up with this panel right here. So let's just put some more adhesive on here. Try to get that kind of in the center. Okay, so there's that, and now we just need to put these pieces on, and they're all going to be popped up as well. Now you notice the design that I'm doing for those of you that are part of my team that got the email about, oh wait, I think I want this a little higher, about the measurements for Monday night. I did another version, and there's a sentiment also on the front. This one didn't have really one that would work well on the front, so I didn't do that. So again, when you're doing yours, you don't have, obviously you can make it all however you want. Okay, so let me put a couple of these on the little polar bear. It's going to be right here. And then the package, need a mini dimensional for that too. Put the package like right here. I've got this down a little too. There we go. That's better. Now we need some embellishments on the front, and we're almost done. I'm going to use some more of the clear ones and just put some little embellishments on the tree. Like that. And there. We're done. So here it is again. It slides off the belly band. And then you open it. Surprise! You've got pop-ups. So fun and really not hard to make. Just takes a little more effort. It's not difficult. It just takes a little more effort and a little more pieces of things. But when you want to make a special card, it's just fun to do something like that. So anyway, that is what I wanted to show you today. That is a Gatefold double pop-up card. And I hope you enjoyed learning how to make it. And thanks so much for joining me. And I will see you hopefully back here next week for episode 26. So y'all have a great day, and I will see you soon.